What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And yes, folks, it does look a little bit different around here. Your boy Duty spruced up a little bit and created a new overlay that I hope you guys like. Again, like I mentioned yesterday on my podcast, I'm going to be making some changes to my streams, to my videos, to my edits, and so on. So I hope you guys like it. I know a lot of people always ask me, I get a lot of comments about the songs that I play. If you want to know what this song is, the artist name is Cheel, C-H-E-E-L, and the name of the song is Blue Dream. So let's get into the video and see what Phil has to say about his disastrous day of content yesterday.
One day it was, what a good variety day it was, what a nice day it was, and one of my new shirts, nice and comfy. It was a good day overall. Let's talk about what happened today. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, it was definitely a chill day. There wasn't a heck of a lot to really go over. There wasn't much to review. And because of that, essentially, I really just kind of relaxed a little bit and had a lot of Q&A with the viewers, which was nice. And it went pretty well. It was just a more relaxed day overall, which I very much enjoyed. Then we jumped into Street Fighter 6 and serious business as I was trying to level up my Blanca in Diamond ranking. The good news is I did that. Of course, the further in that I get into higher ranks of Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay, all right, the harder it's going to be. And sadly, there's going to be a lot more of these very hard to counter pattern style players that I'm playing online. Not to say that everyone I played today was awful. That is far from the truth. But the more that I play, the more I realize, yeah, basically when they're at those levels, this piece of hair all day, look at this, was sticking up and it would never stop puffing up like that. Well, whatever.
Phil, you are a pattern player. You are a pattern player. You play Blanca and you do the same move. You play Zangief and you do the same move. You do a jump, punch, and then you grab them and you do the power driver. You are a pattern player, so I don't understand this hate about people using tools that are given to their characters in the game. For example, the jab. I don't understand your criticism that people mash jab. If you allow them to throw a jab and you don't counter it or block it, and they hit you again, and they hit you again, that's on you. That is a tool that the developers gave the players to use to beat a competitor. So this whole nonsense about pattern players and how they're scrubby, it's just nonsense, Phil. And the thing is, you are a pattern player yourself. Look at your goddamn streams. Look at his Blanca playthroughs when he plays with Blanca, and look at his Zangief. All he does is mashes the same moves over and over again.
No matter what, there's these people who've played, and it's not like, okay, just to put it in a nutshell, you can tell the true mettle of a player of a fighting game when what they're trying to do isn't working, and they can adapt to the situation and learn and then play better. For example, if you have a strategy with a certain character and someone found a way around it, well, you adjust, or you look for an opening in their game plan and punish it and or whatever. It's called reacting to what's going on in the game. Sadly, I'd say, no exaggeration, about 50 or more % of the players playing Street Fighter 6, even at high ranks, don't have that knowledge of a fighting game. They learned a pattern that they just use ad nauseum online, and it works. Some of them, the pattern is guessing, meaning they have 3 options. Just guess one of the options and do it. They didn't look at what you were doing. They just guessed, and if it worked, it worked, and if it didn't, well, oh well. I'll continue on with the safe mode pattern until I hit them again, and then we do the guessing again. Oh
god, this is hilarious. This is just hilarious. No, Phil, a good player is someone that wins. That's it. Someone that wins, that doesn't cheat, that uses the tools given to them within the game. So if they use specific moves that were assigned to them or created for them, and they beat you, that's a sign that they're a better player than you, Phil. That's it. This nonsense that you were sitting here and saying, oh, you know, the metal, you know, if you want to know the true metal of a Street Fighter player, and to see if they're actually good, it's reacting. It's looking at what someone does and then reacting to it. You still lose, Phil. So even by that very definition, you're a scrub player. Because if you know that someone's going to mash jab, as you love to say, and you allow them to mash jab, and you don't react or counter, you're a bad player, Phil. And the excuse that you sit here and say, "Oh, these players are OP. These players are they're really hard to fight. There's nothing I can do." That's Phil's favorite word when he loses. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. They're OP, especially when he fights Ken. Oh my God, you guys have seen the Ken playthrough. But it's just nonsense. It's just verbal diarrhea coming out of Phil's mouth to try to justify why he lost. And I just don't understand why he can't just simply say, "Yeah, I'm not going to win every match. I'm going to lose. There are other players that play this game more than me, and they're better than me. And maybe they're younger, and their react time is better than mine." All you need to do is just say that, Phil, and most people would probably cut you some slack and say, "Yes, that's correct. You're going to lose." But the simple fact that you need to twist yourself into pretzels, right, and use these semantics to try to justify why you lost is pathetic, Phil, and nobody buys it. The only people that buy it are those 20 or so dents that hang on your every move and think that you are God. Those are the only people that buy it. No one else does, Phil. And if you actually watch that Diafoam analysis, he was very critical. He was very critical about you using these excuses and essentially saying, "Yeah, no, Phil, that's not what happened. You know, you're just, again, you're using this verbal diarrhea to justify why you lost a match," when you can just simply say, "I lost a match," and move on. It's that simple, Phil.
It's a little annoying because I came from an era where you couldn't play like that. Everything that you did in old school Street Fighter was essentially, you know, a little bit of reacting to what the other player was doing, trying to outsmart them, to bait them. This is literally just do the same thing ad nauseum and hope it hits, and if it doesn't, oh well, back away and try again and guess again. There's waking up, getting up off the ground, they go, "Ah," like this, and it beats you. I mean, there was a Ryu, I'm not shitting you. The first game, I completely dominated the guy. I mixed him up. I was fooling him. I was doing everything possible, and he had no counter for any of it. He wasn't doing anything smart. He wasn't teching my throws, nothing. Second game, he said, "What if I just mashed jab the entire round?" And it won. He beat me. I couldn't stop. The jab beat everything. And I'm like, is this really what Street Fighter is going to be at high levels? So now you can't even do meaty attack setups. You can't do anything because anyone could just mash jab through everything. So it just becomes, essentially what will happen, it's just going to become drive rushing. Everyone when mid-screen just drive rushes each other until something hits. And then it becomes a giant punish combo or something. Or you push them to the corner and now it's just the guessing rock, paper, scissors of, do I need to throw? Do I need to do a dash cancel? Do I need to do an overhead? Do I do a drive impact? Like, you know, it's kind of like there's 3 or 4 options and you just randomize between them. I am a little worried about that, but then again, I think that's what fighting games have always kind of been. At high level, at highest level, they kind of become that, where so many strategies are neutralized.
No, Phil. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. Essentially, what you're trying to do is you're trying to use all of the tools that are given to you by the developer to try to beat the other player. That's it. And unless you're doing some cheats, you know, that's the only time. If someone's actually cheating, you know, that's different, you know. But if they're just beating you and using the tools given to them by the developers, they're better than you, Phil. And you just need to understand it, accept it, and just move on with your life. You need to get away from back in my day, you know, like grandpa. You know, things evolve, Phil, and you, of course, refuse to evolve. It takes you, you're always like 5 or 10 years behind the curve, and that's with everything in your life. And you really need to change, Phil. You need to adapt. You need to change. I don't know how many times in many different situations people have told you, Phil, you need to adapt, and you just refuse to do it.
And Blanca, up to this point, I felt has been really good. But as I'm getting higher ranked with him, he doesn't seem as good, you know? And it's funny, I don't know. The good news is, I won a bunch, and we did level up Blanca. But I'm not even sure at the end of the day if I won more than I lost. I went on a 10-win streak at one point, and we're in 4-star diamond. This is not low-level win streak against scrubs. This is people who know what they're doing. I'm going on crazy win streaks and stuff. That's really good. Definitely my reactions are improving better. My combos, my spacing, my knowledge, you know, everything. My matchup knowledge too, getting much better. So it was a good stream. I had fun. Leveled up Blanca. Was there rage? Absolutely. At one point, I got so angry at a loss. I lost like 4 more games in a row and I kept dropping everything. I had to get up. I was like, I have to get up walk away, cool down, and come back. Because if I keep playing, I'm going to lose every match in a row because I'm so heated, I'm dropping everything. So I did. I took like a 5-minute break. I talked with my audience. I walked around. When I come back, oh my God. When I come back, I was good. And my stream tonight was Amnesia the Bunker, my second stream of the game. Now understanding the gameplay mechanics a little bit more, and kind of having an idea of what I needed to do. We needed to finish up with the communications wing and see where it led us. Good news is tonight we made amazing progress in the game. So basically I finished up communications wing. All right, that gave you a code. Use that code, you open up a locker. Oh, this leads you to be able to get into another area. You go into that area. Oh, well now I need an item from this other area. So you go to that area.
Okay, spoiler alert. If you know, if you want to watch my video, whatever, on what Phil, but essentially Phil cheated. He cheesed the game and he cheated. He cheated the game. And you know, Phil always loves to say how he loves gaming. He's a gamer at heart. He loves gaming. He loves solving puzzles. You know, and that's his passion, right? And what does he do? Because he and at this point the support was very slow. You know, I think he made $5 until the very end, and then some very fishy anonymous tipper dropped a $45 donation to give Phil to the tier 1 tip goal, because of course Phil begged earlier in the day or earlier in the stream for support and such. Like, you know, he begged, and you guys can watch that video. But he actually cheated. He used a guide, he used an online call, and he wasn't even subtle about it. He just didn't care. He was just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna do whatever, right? And here's the clip of that I wanted to show you guys.
I ran full speed and the fucking thing still caught me? That's horseshit. Oh, really? Lipsy says there's a key you need in the chapel area. So there was a key in there I couldn't see in the dark. I was supposed to know there was a key hidden in there somewhere, even though I looked at the entire altar. I did get the code. We're going to use the code. I don't give a fuck. I cheated. All right? I cheated. I got a code. We're going to use it right now and see what's in there. So the code is for Barden 9184. That's the code. Barden 9184. I'm just going to go do that right now. I don't care. Go, oh, it's cheating. Nah, bullshit. I should just die instantly to something. I'm outrunning him too. Like, fuck off. It's not. Fuck this shit. Okay, this way. I didn't stop running. I was full speed running. I never stopped. It just caught me anyway. This stupid shit. Barden, here it is. So, what do we got? Nothing special. Handgun ammo and a single healing, so it really wasn't a big deal at all. To even find that dog tag, it was a waste of time, basically. Completely optional. So I gotta go all the way back. I have to somehow find my way back there again. I have to get to that chapel again. I have to loot it again. And find a key apparently I didn't find in the dark somewhere, which I didn't know was even there. And then I need to survive the monster, which I don't know what I did wrong. It just showed up out of nowhere. I didn't make noise. It just decided to show up. It's probably scripted that it shows up there. Probably. I would think it was scripted that it showed up there, right? Seems like it was scripted. So. Alright, we got nothing else to do. Let's go. Back to fucking maintenance, right? Where's maintenance? Again. This sucks that we gotta do this again. It really does. We gotta go all the way back, and I don't even know what to do different to avoid the creature. I didn't have anything to kit it with, right? I didn't have a Molotov or anything at that point. Maybe if I took out the torch, you could... Do you think you could fend off the creature with the torch? Probably not, right? Probably not going to give a shit. Alright, Dark Glowbach, have a good night. Think of it this way: if the devs didn't want you to do what I just did, they wouldn't have made it so that it was a set code. They would have randomly generated the code each time, so you had to get the code no matter what, right?
Okay, so first of all, he cheated. I mean, Gaymer Phil here couldn't be bothered to go back and do something and actually get a code, right? He had to cheat. Went online, got the code, and actually cheated. The second thing is what he just said right there at the end, that if the devs didn't want you to, you know, cheese it, they wouldn't have. They would have done a random code generator, right? So what Phil is saying here is that he's using the tools provided to him by the developers to play a game, but yet he can't see that concept when it relates to Street Fighter. He can't see that the developers gave these characters like Ken, Jamie, that mash jab they likes to call it. It's a tool that the developers gave people to use to play the game. So when he sits there and he screams and cries that they're cheating and that they're scrubs, no, Phil, you're the scrub and you are the cheater based on this footage right here. So eat that, Phil.
Complete 180 for when I played Amnesia the other night. Attendance was good, and it was more engaged audience. The trolls stayed the fuck out, which was great, and the people that were trolling got their asses kicked out. Support was great. Really, it was a good night for support for Amnesia. I was very pleased because I was like, dude, the game is good. I'm going to keep playing it no matter what. I couldn't believe how the last time I played it 2 nights ago was the slowest supported night of the entire year. That really threw me for a loop. This time, complete opposite. Everything was good. Support was good. No complaints whatsoever. Thank you to anyone who was there live and supported it. Thanks to those who actually left comments on the playthrough and said, yeah, please keep playing it because we really like it. I'll keep it up for you guys. Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah, that's a load of crap. Yeah, support wasn't great. One person, one very fishy anonymous tipper came in and dropped a $45 dono, which was like 99% of the total support. He got 1 or 2 members, and I think it evened out because he ended up losing some members. So I think he netted 0. He got a few super chats, and I think he got like 3 tips. And I think he ended up like having like 50 or 55 bucks at the end of the stream. And again, that's because some air quotes anonymous tipper came in and dropped $45. I'm pretty sure that Phil wanted to save face and said, okay, this is going to be a bad stream. It's going to be worse than the last one. So I can't have that because people are going to make fun of me. They're going to laugh and they're going to make videos. So I'm going to use this anonymous tip to get me at least to the tier 1 tip goal. I don't care what anyone says. That's my opinion. Based on Phil's history of lying about tips, being concerned with the detractors have to say about his playthroughs and his support, I'm pretty much sure that he was trying to save face, and this fake anonymous tip popped out of nowhere to at least get him to the tier 1 tip goal. So, because the funny thing was, if you actually watched the playthrough, he didn't get any better. He was just like, oh yeah, thank you. It puts us to the tier 1 tip goal. He puts on gunner glasses, and that was it. I just think Phil was trying to save face and created this anonymous tip. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologize I'm going to go long, but I had a lot to say on Phil's disastrous streams yesterday. Oh my lord. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.